Of course, we all ask, or at least wonder, about the same questions when a friend moves. What is your rent, or what did you pay for that new house? Well, that's especially true these days because of the red-hot housing market and also home prices. Uh, we are telling you a little bit here about some new data that just came out from the National Association. It's the monthly report just out today showing existing home sales dropped 2.4% from February to March. When you compare that to sales for the same period last year, the number actually fell 22%. It's leading people to wonder here in Western New York, what does it look like and what are the trends as we head into the very busy spring season for home sales? Joining us live right now is Rosalind Bergen. She is the president of the Buffalo Niagara Realtors Association. We really appreciate you taking some time for us. So we got this new data out today and thought, you know, especially because now is the time so many people are looking to sell their home or looking to buy a new home, what we should make of those numbers. And I gave them there a little bit, but again, just to reiterate, down almost 2.5% from February to March, and a lot more than that when you compare it to a year ago. Is the housing market cooling?
So our local housing market, I think, yes, the prices or the market, the inventory's down. Our from 2022 to 2023 for this month is down about 18%, which is a lot less than the national average. So when I look at the real estate markets, and I know, NAR has to give the numbers nationally, but I always say real estate is local. And I always suggest, contacting someone a realtor in that area, in that market, to determine what's really going on with the market in your area, because real estate really is local.
Yeah, we talk about this national report, and then you mentioned Western New York, but there are a lot of little mini real estate markets, right? Even just a neighborhood can have sort of its own factors.
Absolutely.
We watch interest rates. Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say our market, even days on the market, as compared to days on the market nationally, this month we're just about 35 days on the market, which is actually just 16% higher than what it was last year.
Interesting. So obviously interest rates are factoring into this, right? I mean, we got so used to for so many years having interest rates that were so low. Now they're going up and probably going to continue to go up at least a little bit more. As you're hearing from realtors across Western New York, and as they're of course talking to buyers out there, how much of a factor is that, and how do you see that continuing to impact the market here locally?
So actually, this interview is a perfect timing. This morning we had the NAR economist, Dr. Yoon, do a presentation here in Buffalo, and we had Brian Abel from the Federal Reserve also do an economic forecast meeting. So we look at our industry or our area compared to the national area as definitely the interest rates are 6, but they talked about people who bought homes when interest rate was 18. So again, it depends. We're right at that 6% level now, and expected, it does fluctuate, but if now's a good time for you to buy, it is, I wouldn't let the interest rate being at 6 concern you, because once it goes down, you could always refi.
Yeah,
banks are always to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be looking to do that once the rates start to go down again. I want to ask you about that for people who are watching right now who are, thinking about buying a home and they're scared about the interest rates. At least nationally, we saw home prices go down a little bit. That, of course, can help, if you're paying a lot more in interest because of the interest rates. Is that something that you think could drive more people into the market? Because home sales are down, and maybe that's something that gets more people in there.
And that is what, like with the days on the market shifting, that means that there's, yes, there's still competitive bidding. but it's not as aggressive as it was, say, a year ago this time. So that makes a difference. Our average home price was 239, 239,000 March the year to date this year, and it was 231 year to date last year. So we're in a great, I say we're in a great market in Western New York. I really don't think we get affected by the numbers. And the economist today also talked about the cost of living and the cost of inventory, cost of housing here. Um, we don't get affected with the higher interest rates. Buffalo was ranked the fifth best city to buy for first-time homebuyers because of our prices.
Yeah, that's right. You've always told us we don't get the highest highs, but we also avoid the lowest lows. So maybe it's a good place to
Right.
be, especially right now. Rosalind Bergen is the
Exactly.
president of the Buffalo Niagara Realtors Association. We got these numbers today and wanted some help making sense of them. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. I just say, I always say, reach out to a realtor in your area, wherever you live, and get that professional opinion because, again, real estate is local, and most agents have their thumb on the pulse, so they'll
Yeah,
be able to help you.
all about location, location, location.
Location,
Rosalind,
absolutely.
thank you very much.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
You're
Well, a
welcome.
check of the